Welcome to Adventasana, day 21. It's the solstice, and for the solstice we're lying down. We're going to do a wonderful pose called Supta Padangusthasana, and Supta, once again we've heard that name in Supta Virasana, so Supta means that you're lying down. So we've got this lovely restful pose that is also quite active, so with these two things going on. So for this pose you will need a belt to do the version that I want to do. So if you don't have a yoga belt, it doesn't really matter, you just need something long enough that you can have it around your foot. You'll see in a moment. So again, the belt from bathrobe, it's perfect. So Rosie, if you start by bending your knees and hugging your knees into your chest. And this is always a nice little comforting place to go into, kind of like we do in winter. We go into the dark, and of course the solstice marks the day where we start moving towards the light, where we actually start moving out of the dark and into the light. So Rosie, take the belt and place it around the soles of your feet. And it's been placed around the soles of the feet, kind of around the level of the balls of the feet. So rather than in the arch of the foot or up strangling the toes, just have it up here at the balls of the feet. And now squeeze your legs together and then inhale and bring your legs up towards the ceiling. So what's important here is that your legs aren't just hanging up there inactive. So we got to keep the skin of the legs hugging into the muscles of the legs, hugging into the bones of the legs, and that keeps a lovely tone in the legs. And because the belt is around the feet here, Rosie can get a sense of being able to draw power from the feet all the way down into the hips. And you could stay like this for a few minutes, and it allows the whole back of the legs to open. So it's both a good warm-up pose, but it's also a really nice cool-down pose, and a place where you can relax and passively open. So Rosie, bend both knees a little, and then release your right leg from the belt and stretch it away on the floor. That's it. And roll the right inner thigh down towards the floor. And then the emphasis now has changed, and the stretch through the back of the up leg becomes a little bit stronger, doesn't it, Rosie?
Yeah.
Okay, keep the leg, outstretched leg, kind of active, like as if it was a standing leg. So keep the inner thigh rolling down, keep the skin and muscles to bones active. And then you might notice Rosie's hip isn't really doing it, but very often the hip will move up towards the armpit on the up leg side, and that kind of shortens the upper body, which is never a good idea. So we can hook the outer left hip down towards the outstretched heel. And now take both sides of your belt in your left hand and place your right hand on top of your right thigh. And keep that drawing in action from the soles of both feet. Keep drawing in as if to plug your hips into your thigh bone into your hip socket. And that keeps the hips secure and strong as you move into the stretch, as we bring the legs off out to the side. So as you exhale, bring the left leg off to the side, keep the drawing in action, keeps your leg really strong and safe, and then allow your leg to come off to the side in as much as you can without lifting your right hip off the floor, especially say the right sacroiliac joint. Work at keeping the right sacroiliac joint on the floor. What I see a lot is that people just want to get their foot to the floor and they just go, so let it go. But in order to get there, this hip has to come off the floor. So I'm going to help you come back up from there. And then I'm actually going to act like a weight for Rosie because it is Christmas. And if I weight down on the thigh, then she has the ability then to stretch off out to the side. And then you can keep drawing in, Rosie, keep your toes active. And then you can again stay here for, say, let's count it breaths wise. So say 20 breaths. And then on an inhale, draw the leg back to center, bend the knee, swap legs. That's what we would do. Today we're just going to do the one side and you can do the other side yourself. So a fabulous pose for opening your hips, also very restful and restorative because your legs are up relative to your hips, so it feels really good. One of my favorite poses, and you might notice that most of my favorite poses I'm lying on my back. So wonderful. Thank you very much and have a wonderful solstice, everyone. Happy Christmas, I think I can say at this point, on the 21st, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.